Yesterday, you learned how to solve systems of equations using graphing. Today, in this video, I'm going to show you two ways to solve systems of equations using elimination. What does the word elimination mean? It means to remove or get rid of something. For this example, we're talking about getting rid of the coefficient and getting rid of the variable. The blue words you need to write down in your packet. Eliminating one of the variables in a system allows us to solve the system. We eliminate a variable by adding our equations together. If one of the variables has the same coefficient but with different signs, that variable will be eliminated when the coefficients are added. Now, all that is simply saying that if I have 7x, all I have to do is subtract 7x, and I have eliminated the coefficient and the variable. All right, we're going to practice this, see how it works. It's all going to go together and be great. Example 1, use the elimination method to solve the system of equations. Case number 1 has one of the variables already has the same coefficient with different signs. So if you see, I have a negative y and I have a positive y. So I have two y's but with different coefficients. With different signs. So I'm going to simply add these together. When I add 2x and 2x, I get 4x. Negative y plus y gives me 0, so that crosses off. Bring down my equals. 6 plus 2 is 8. Now I'm going to use algebra. Divide both sides by 4. X equals 2. So now I'm going to go back and I'm going to substitute the 2 into one of the two equations. I'm going to use the first one. When I use this, I get 2 times 2 minus y equals 2. 2 times 2 is 4. 4 minus y equals 2. Using algebra, I subtract 4 from both sides. Negative y equals negative 2. Can't have a negative y, so y equals positive 2. So my solution, my place where these two lines cross each other, would be 2, 2. Now, you don't have to do this last step twice, but my friend Omara said that this didn't work. So I'm going to check both of these to make sure this works. I'm going to substitute this 2 in for x and this 2 in for y. So 2 times 2 minus y equals 2. 2 times 2 minus 2 equals 2. So I've substituted the 2 in both of the places where x and y were. So 4 minus y equals 2, and 4 minus 2 is 2, so 2 equals 2. So this equation checks. Now I'm going to do the other equation in a different color. We're going to use black, and I'm going to do it up here. So I'm going to do 2 times 2 plus 2 equals 6. 2 times 2 is 4, plus 2 equals 6. 6 equals 6. These check. So this is the solution, 2, 2. I don't know what Omara did, but it worked. Yay! So now we're going to go on to the second example. Use the elimination method to solve the system of equations. Case number 2. One of the variables has the same coefficient with the same sign. So here you see I have plus x and plus x. I need one of these to be a negative. So I'm simply going to multiply everything on the top equation by this negative sign. So I'm going to multiply everything by a negative. Remember that when I have a negative by itself, the coefficient that's there is that imaginary 1. So I'm really multiplying all of these by negative 1. I can simply take the opposite of each individual term. So the opposite of 2y is negative 2y. The opposite of x is negative x. And the opposite of 12 is negative 12. Because I've written this right underneath my original equation, I can now combine these together. Negative 3y minus 2y is negative 5y. X plus x minus x gives me 0. and 2 minus 12 gives me negative 10. So using that algebra we all love and know so well, we're going to divide both sides by negative 5. So for this example, y equals 2. Now, what do we have to do? We have to plug that back in. I'm going to use the bottom equation this time. And I'm going to say negative 3 times 2 plus y, x, plus x equals 2. So negative 3 times 2 is negative 6 plus x equals 2. I have to add 6 to both sides, and I get x equals 8. So my solution to this problem is 8, comma, 2, because x comes first, and then y. Now we're going to check. 2 times 2 plus 8 equals 12. 2 times 2 is 4, plus 8. 4 plus 8 equals 12. It does work. Yay! And if we check the other one, which again we don't have to do, but since we're here, negative 3 times 2 plus 8 equals 2. Negative 3 times 2 is negative 6 plus 8 equals 2. Negative 6 plus 8 equals 2. 2 equals 2. It checks. Yay! We did it. It's right. So now we're done. And if you watch the other video, you will see examples of 2 other problems that you may see when using elimination to solve systems of equations.